I'm Claire.
And I'm Isaac.
We host
Make That Game.
And we're here to tell you the latest and
The
greatest. Video
We're
game
doing it.
news. That is actually happening. Okay.
We're
Made
good
it
at
through
this.
that one. Yeah. We clearly do news shows quite a bit all the time.
Yes.
This is actually pretty recent, though, compared to our last one. We did a very recent one.
Yeah. Yeah, we don't do news shows often, but when we do, they're important. And this one is very important because the Pokemon Company wants you to get better sleep.
Yes. So
That's the news.
That's the news. That's part of the news. One of the games we pitched once, well, I don't know, did we pitch it? We just called the episode Pokemon Go to Sleep, and I don't remember why.
I remember the thumbnail because it was a Grinch screen cap with
Yes.
both of us
That was your
honk shoe.
yeah.
But anyways,
that was the game. Anyway,
we called it. Our thumbnails, though they be cryptic, are prophetic in nature. So pay attention to our thumbnails because we will continue to call it in the future, but we are cursed to never be able to directly state what we mean.
yeah. So we know the future. And the future was that Pokemon has released a sleeping game. Yeah, that's right. You heard
Wait,
it
is
here.
it released? I thought it was just announced.
No, it's not released.
Oh,
It's announced.
Oh, boy.
They've announced.
I thought I was getting news.
I wish I could give you that news. I mean, I guess because I saw so many demos, it seems like pretty close. But I guess I didn't see a release date. So anyway, they're developing, building, going to release. It's called Pokemon Sleep, which honestly, I think they missed a huge opportunity to call it Pokemon Go to Sleep, right?
Right, because isn't it also made by Niantic?
I don't know, but it looks like it. It's very similar to Pokemon Go. So
Okay.
I'm assuming yes, because it looks very
Yeah,
similar.
let's not double check that at all.
So, yeah, I do-
Viewers,
no.
listeners, comment, email us.
Yeah,
Tell us
tell
when
us
we're
more
wrong.
about the news we're telling you.
Yeah.
That's what the internet is about, isn't it?
Yeah.
So well, I do just want to break down the game a little bit, if you can call it that, because there's some wild decisions that Pokemon made. So basically, it's like any other phone sleep tracking app, which is going to be very unreliable, in my opinion. What you do is you open the app before you go to sleep, you lay it next to you in the bed, and then you sleep. And the phone motion sensor is basically going to sense, are you sleeping well or not? It's going to base your sleep on your movement during sleep, which, again, is an imperfect way to judge sleep patterns and also will
No,
drain your
that's
phone battery
actually
pretty quick. So hopefully
exactly how it works. What are you talking about?
hopefully, yeah, just, if you have an unlimited data plan and can keep your phone plugged in all night, then great, perfect.
Exactly.
But anyway, so that's how you play. Now, where it gets to me a little bit wild is you're then going to be assigned a sleep type, like a Pokemon type, but based on how you sleep. And it can be like lots of different types, and each type has been assigned to a Pokemon. So in the morning, so Snorlax is like the main face Pokemon of this game, which makes absolute sense. Obviously, this is obvious. Snorlax is on the screen, and then in the morning you wake up and all the Pokemon that are your sleep type, or that represent a sleep type that you had that night, will then come and like hang out next to Snorlax.
Wow.
So basically you're collecting Pokemon based on your different sleep habits. They also have rare sleep types that you can find, like Goofy Sleep. I think the unfortunate and should have been foreseen consequence of this is people will be trying to sleep weird.
Yeah, I was
in
just thinking, like,
order-
can you force yourself? Like, is there some way to, like, force REM sleep to get the REM type Pokemon?
I mean, I'm assuming you could just literally like lay there. I mean, you could put your phone on your bed and say you're sleeping and not sleep. Also, like to flop around to try to get like new sleep types.
Jeez.
Like
This is just like in Pokemon Go. Was it Pokemon Go? I forget if it was Pokemon Go or if this was just the old Pikachu, like Tamagotchi thing, where it actually counted steps for some purpose, and people would like put them on ceiling fans.
Oh, I
Or,
think
like,
it was Pokemon Go because to hatch eggs, you had to walk a certain
That's
amount.
what it was. And then the Pokemon Pikachu thing, they would put them on like washing machines because that counted steps by like having like a little clicker inside.
Oh, wow.
So like
Amazing.
the vibration would give you steps.
Amazing. Yeah. So I think that this will not be a good app if you want sleep, because the goal of Pokemon is to catch them all. And so this,
Yeah.
again, to me, encourages inconsistent sleep patterns,
Gotta
which
sleep them all.
gotta sleep them all. But anyway, if you're interested in Pokemon sleep, that's going to be coming your way. There's also some other Pokemon news in the
Ooh, but
Netflix
so
world.
we have an
What?
option for a different segue. Can I go for this?
Okay.
Okay. And now, speaking of sleep,
Oh, I see.
Kirby Return to Dreamland
Yes.
also released.
Da da da
So,
da.
yeah, it's a fun little Kirby game. And now back to
Yay.
the Pokemon
Well,
news.
no, I want to talk a little about
Okay.
Kirby Dreamland if you're going to talk about Dreamland. Yeah, so we got Kirby's Dreamland. It's Kirby Return to Dreamland Deluxe is the whole thing. So it's
That's
like
true.
it's like a reboot of Return to Dreamland with some like new features from what I understand. Is that correct? Am I correct in that?
Yes.
Okay.
Off the top of my head, I don't actually know which features are new. I'm just going to say
Magoland.
Mago.
I love that area of the park though, of the game, the park.
It's good.
Basically, from what I understand, from what I've played, Kirby Return to Dreamland is very much just like straight up game. It's a little easy.
Baby easy.
It's a little baby easy, but it's fun. Kind of like it's very similar to Kirby Star Allies, except obviously there's no Star Allies. But the difference is excuse me. The difference is Magoland, which is where you basically just get to play like little mini games at a carnival, and I honestly love that. I could play those all
Yeah.
the time. They're really fun. I don't know. I
They
find
got
that
some
fun.
good ones.
There's like, and I feel like they get pretty hard, so it's like it challenges you to keep trying to get higher and higher scores. So I think that was actually pretty fun, and I enjoyed that. But I did want to say some of my update news is that in honor of Return to Dreamland and because the Switch released free Nintendo games, Game Boy games, I did finish and beat Kirby's Dreamland, the original, very first Kirby game.
The
And I
OG.
wanted to tell people that it is not baby easy. It is so hard. I mean, I guess I shouldn't say so hard. I did beat it in a night, but like also I didn't cheat, but like I did use some tricks of the trade.
To make it a little less frustrating, which is okay. Let me
Yeah.
implant this in all you gamer brains out there. It's okay to make use of less frustrating options. Even it's not cheating
Yeah.
if you do a rewind whenever you lose a life, because the way that game is built, the cartridge didn't have a battery in it, so like it didn't, like, you had to do it all in one sitting, and the checkpoints are pretty inconvenient. And yeah, especially the last level where it's just a boss rush, and you have to restart from the beginning every time you lose a life. Like, come on.
Yeah.
Come
So, but I did beat it. I still am very proud. It was very fun. But yeah, it was really hard. I think part of it was the control. For me personally, B on like Nintendo controllers is jump. Like my brain is just like B is jump because it's the most down, and I guess that's where the legs are. I think that's part of why.
okay.
I think that's why. Like if the controller were a body, B is the legs, and then like Y is the arm. That would be like pew pew. Anyway,
Okay.
that makes
That's
sense.
interesting. That's an interesting philosophy.
So because of that, I use on all the Kirby games I've played so far that have been newly released on Switch. They have options of like control system A or B, and in B is jump and Y is attack, I believe, or A is attack. It doesn't matter. But then in the other games, A is jump, yeah, and B is attack / suck. So like that, I can't switch that in Kirby's Dream Land. They don't have that option. And so that I think was a big challenge for me just in general, where like I play Kirby games with different control settings. And so that was part of the hurdle that made it more difficult, is that like it was very hard for me to jump. Also, the Game Boy didn't have, I don't think, correct me if I'm wrong, a toggle switch? A toggle? On the left? On the left.
Direction stick. They didn't have a stick, a joystick.
Yeah. So, but like I struggle playing with the yeah. So a lot of it was like a controller problem. To like just I would have to get used to those controls for that game to be able to play it a little bit better. But the game itself, I thought was pretty challenging. It was pretty funny. There was like lots of cute little elements. There were still Kirby secrets. Like I loved seeing all my fave characters in their OG form. It was just a delight all around, as all Kirby games
haven't
are.
even changed from their OG form. Like they're
Well,
completely recognizable.
Exactly, which is great. I think that's great. I don't know, good segue.
And now we go back to Pokemon because there's
Now we
more
go back to
Pokemon
Pokemon.
news because I just wanted the sleep to Dreamland
Yeah.
connection.
No, that makes a lot of sense. I like that a lot. I like
Even though
that a lot.
Pokemon Block makes more sense organizationally, like I wanted the sleep to Dreamland.
I
But
think it's good.
anyways,
I think it's good.
new Scarlet Violet DLC.
Ooh, yes.
You
It
go
looks.
on a field trip,
Yep.
which the entire game
Is a field
is
trip.
a field
So
trip. Technically, I feel like right because the idea is you go to school, they skip all the school stuff, and then they say now go on your spirit quest to find yourself in the wild,
yeah.
which I guess isn't a field trip. If this has chaperones, I guess that's the difference. But I assume that it won't. I don't know.
So I mean, from what I read, you get on a bus, and that's what's different.
Ooh,
Yeah. Um, and then after that one, they're going to release another one where you get to go to a different school and visit a new
wow,
school. Yeah. So
perfect.
again, pretty honestly, I'm not excited,
We'll see
but
how it works out. We'll see how it
they'll
plays
they'll give
out.
you some new Pokemon. There'll be a new gameplay. I mean, it will just extend the gameplay in the game. So
They
if you
did
really,
show a really cool like primal Pokemon
mm,
that they're adding. For us Pokemon heads out here, it's like a Tyrannosaurus Rex version of Suicune, Su, Su-
I don't know what
Sui
you're talking
Suicune.
about,
I
but
don't
that's
I don't
okay.
know what the pronunciation is. I just realized after 2,000 years. Okay. Anyways, there was more. Oh, Pokemon anime.
Well, is it
Pokemon
anime?
Concierge.
I
Is
don't
it
think
an
it's
anime?
anime. No,
What
it's
is it?
stop motion animation.
Wait, what? Okay, hold
Did
on.
you
You
not know
talk
this?
about it
Okay,
while I look it up.
great. So Netflix is releasing. It's coming soon, so we don't know when soon is, and they've only released a very very short trailer. But they are releasing a stop motion animation Pokemon show called Pokemon Concierge. It is the story of a human in the Pokemon world who is the concierge at a Pokemon hotel. And that's all we really know. Psyduck seems to be the main Pokemon sidekick in this one because we see Psyduck, but it is so freaking adorable. The animation is so freaking cute. I think it'll appeal to everyone, much like the beloved Pui Pui Molcar.
Everybody loves Pui Pui Molcar.
If you don't know what Pui Pui Molcar is, I'm
Get
gonna
on that
get
Netflix and
on
look it
that.
up.
It is made for kids, but it's very creative and very odd at the same time. So I think it has a wide appeal, and it is mostly stop motion little show about guinea pigs that are also cars. And
Yeah.
that's like all I can really say. But I think the reason that the Pokemon Concierge trailer made me think of Pui Pui Molcar is because one, it's stop motion, so like that's it. But also because it was just like the calm feeling and like coziness of just because like the resort's on a beach, like it's just gonna be. I think it's gonna be immaculate vibes. I think this is gonna be
That's what we're
immaculate
looking
vibes.
for.
And I always love, I think part of what I like about Pokemon, like Pokemon Go, is like how cute the Pokemon are in real life. So I think having them be stop motion animation is going to be super cute.
On my end of the news spectrum,
Yeah.
No Man's Sky released a new update and it's going to have a new expedition. And the update released a lot of little new things. And I wasn't like super interested in what exactly it added, but as soon as that expedition drops, this is this is my life loop. No Man's Sky releases an update, I play it vigorously for 5 to 7 days, and then I wait until the next No Man's Sky update. And then
Yeah.
the cycle continues.
Yeah.
And
When you
one
said it, I'm
day,
like, ooh, guess you're going to play No Man's Sky for like a hot minute. And
yeah, for a hot minute, I also played Witcher 3 for about
Mhm.
45 minutes the other day.
Oh, I thought you
One
played
day
more
I'll
than that.
beat that. Oh, I probably played it for more like 2 or 3 hours, but I just have not picked it up since.
Yeah.
Legend of Dragoon had a remake released. I don't even know if it's a remake or if it's just like they ported it to PS4 and PS5. Legend of Dragoon was like around the Final Fantasy VII era. It was like an early Square Enix 3D RPG. It was the one that I played as a youth instead of Final
Nice.
Fantasy VII. So it has a bunch of, internal meaning. Like everybody likes Final Fantasy VII because like that was their RPG. No, I had Legend of Dragoon. I'm different from all of you. Anyways,
I'm not like other
check that
gamers.
out. Yeah, I'm not like other RPG heads. But yeah, Legend of Dragoon, that's cool. That's newsworthy.
Whenever you mention that game, all I think about is Dragoon from Merlin, the BBC TV show.
Who's Dragoon?
That's Merlin's old age persona, right?
Ooh, I actually don't remember, but
I'm gonna
that
double
might
check on
be
that.
his name. Dragoon, the old wizard. I'm gonna look it up too. Oh, Dragoon. Yeah, you're right. Boom.
How'd you find that so much faster than me?
Because I have a mobile phone.
Well, I mean, okay. I
What
do
did you
too,
type?
but, Merlin BBC old age name.
I just did Merlin old. And it came up. So
Wow. All right. Well, you win the search wars
yeah.
today. That's our new segment, folks. Search wars.
But yeah, I've got no other news. I've got no
Okay.
other gaming updates.
Then that's, I think, our show. But we hope you liked it. We hope you learned something news. And
Are we allowed to? Are we allowed to? Okay, you know what? Let's carry on. Let's carry on.
All right. Well, if you have other news you want to share that came out in the past couple of weeks, or, you tried one of these games, or you're super excited about something, or you have secret insider knowledge, we'd love to know. Send us an email at makethatgamepodcast@gmail.com. You can also follow us on Twitter, Facebook, TikTok, and Instagram at makethatgamepod. And then we are on YouTube, youtube.com/@makethatgame, or you can find us wherever you listen to podcasts. And that's our show. We don't have a sign off for this one. Take care.
Adios.
Warm wishes.
Feliz Navidad.